Afternoon peeps, good afternoon everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, get in. Very important win, a very big win for Liverpool Football Club for so many different reasons. We're going to touch on those reasons in this video. Obviously very important for Arne Slot, especially when you hear the boos after the Spurs game at home last time out. Very important performance, I think, for Mo Salah. Another goal, another assist. His numbers are interesting, Salah. Look, it's definitely down on what we expect, right? It's the lowest his numbers have been since he joined the club. But when you compare him to other wide forwards in the Premier League, Saka and Burmo, his numbers are better. When you talk about goal contributions, and we like to hear that term a lot now, right? So assisting goals, his numbers are higher than those. So look, although it's been a bad season for Mo Salah, I think it's been a bad season because his standards are so high. Again, when you compare him to other wide forwards, not just in the Premier League, but in the world, they're not as bad as maybe we're making them out to be. But look, it's a confidence-building win for Liverpool Football Club. 4-0 against Galatasaray have been somewhat of a bogey team for us this season in the Champions League. To batter them like that, and it was a battering. And we've needed a battering. I remember when we beat West Ham, it wasn't, the scoreline would suggest it was a battering, but if you watched the game, it was actually a case of us almost countering on their mistakes and us making mistakes as well. In this game, I thought this could have been 7 or 8. And I know we always say that, right? But it could have been 7 or 8. Salah missed a penalty, Salah hit the crossbar, Salah had a couple of chances as well. Salah could have got 4 or 5 in this game. So yeah, it was a scoreline that was very deserving. Sometimes when you see a scoreline like this, you're thinking, yeah, did we really deserve it? No. We most certainly did deserve it. But look, it was a big result for Liverpool. Obviously, look, the main talking points are that it takes us into the quarterfinals. We play Paris Saint-Germain. The good thing about that is I do believe the first leg is away, second leg at Anfield, and anything can happen. Anything can happen at Anfield. If the players are on it, we've got good enough players to hurt them. And don't get me wrong, look, they've got better players right now to hurt us. But they're going to look at this and think, shit, Liverpool. They're going to look at this result, Paris Saint-Germain, just because of who we are in European football. And they're going to think second leg at Anfield, we're going to have to score 2 or 3 at home to make sure that we go through. And I think if we're on song, and this is the issue and we're going to get to it, but if we're on song, we can beat Paris Saint-Germain. The problem that we have is that every time we get a confidence boosting win and we think we're here, we're there, we're now ready, we get a defeat, we get a bad draw. So you're just hoping that this now continues. You hope that surely we've turned a corner, players are coming back from injury, there's a lot of talk about Isak coming back in the next couple of weeks. You're hoping that this can be it. Because look, there is still an FA Cup to play for. Man City have fallen off a cliff a little bit. They're not looking good. They're not going to be confident. We wait to see what happens with Man City versus Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. If they lose that, then they might be rocked. So look, going to the Etihad isn't easy. I'm not trying to make out it is easy, but it isn't as tough, I don't think, as when the draw was made. When the draw was made and we had to go to the Etihad, I was thinking, fuck's sake, we're out. Now I'm like, 1 second, it's not a foregone conclusion. So look, I hope that we can take this confidence, and this is what it's about, team confidence, into the next few games, and it can last us towards the end of the season, and who knows? Who knows what it means, right? Will it mean that Arne Slot keeps his job? I don't think so. But ultimately, if Arne Slot can leave Liverpool Football Club with 2 big trophies in 2 seasons, then, I mean, that's incredible. And his stock doesn't take a dip. What he did yesterday, and you have to give him credit for it as well, it maybe on paper it looked like it was a 4-3-3, because that's kind of what we do, but it wasn't. It was very much almost like a 4-1-2-1, if I got that right. 4-1, Gravenberch, the 1, and then it was Szoboszlai and McAllister, and then it was Wirtz almost at the top of the diamond, and then it was Salah and Ekitike. It almost felt like Wirtz had this free role to kind of reign and pick up the ball from deep and run with it. And he did that. He was fantastic. Just a little drop of the shoulder, just that little bit of magic we need. He was fantastic. Szoboszlai, the engine on that man. And he's been like that all season. I just hope that he doesn't run out of batteries, because he has been almost like just perfect. And even McAllister, watching McAllister finally benefited from Ekitike doing a bit of leg work and running back, which is what we need our forwards to do. It's what our forwards have always done. It's what Firmino did. It's what Mane did. We need them to do that as well. And Ekitike actually did do a bit of work going backwards, which helped McAllister, because McAllister struggles in the area. We know he doesn't have, he's got the engine, but he simply doesn't have sort of just a brute force to kind of, I think, compete in that midfield. And it's not like he's a small, tricky, diminutive midfielder. He isn't that. He likes to get stuck in, but he doesn't really have the stature to get stuck in. So I think Ekitike doing a bit of work going backwards was really good. I thought Kirkes had a good game. I thought Frimpong had a good game as well. Frimpong's still, I scratched my head with him because I still don't think he is a right back. He's certainly a right wing back, maybe even a right winger. And that's something the club are going to need to look at in the summer. We're going to have to assess Conor Bradley's injury. I mean, is Conor Bradley just going to be one of those injury-prone defenders? I mean, it's a lot of injuries that Conor Bradley has picked up in his short Liverpool career. So I think they're going to need to assess the right-back situation. But yeah, look, overall, I thought it was a good performance. I am so happy with Mo Salah's performance. So happy. You could forgive him for almost like dropping his shoulders and the head slumping when he missed the penalty, because I was like, it was a really poor penalty. He normally just puts his foot through them, doesn't he? He normally does that kind of run up where you almost don't know where he's going. He kind of comes in a curve and then just smashes his foot through it. That penalty kind of underlined his season, a season lacking confidence. And it was a penalty that lacked confidence. But then he just got straight back into it. Second half, he came out, almost got the goal, hit the crossbar, set up Ekitike with his right foot, which we know Salah can do. That always frustrates me when Salah goes down the wing. You're thinking, just use your right foot, just use it. And when he does, and not cut back. So when he cuts back, he almost gives the defence time to set when he cuts back. When he just goes with his right foot, they can't set. They think he's going to cut back in. He doesn't. And obviously Ekitike was there for the finish. So it was probably one of Salah's best performances for a long time. And again, hopefully, that gives him confidence. Let me just double check Salah's goal contributions this season. I think he's up to 19, but I might be wrong. Again, Salah's more judged, I think. I hate the goal contribution thing. I think Salah, for me, is judged on goals. But I don't think it's been as bad as maybe we think this season. Okay, yeah, goal contributions, 19. 10 goals, 9 assists. I mean, let me have a look at Mbermo's actually. Let me just double check that. Am I right? I don't know if I am. But I don't think his has been better than Salah's. Let's have a look. Might be close. Mbermo, 10 goals, 3 assists. Do you know what I mean? Like when you look at that, and Man United will say Mbermo's been fantastic this season. I mean, 13 goal contributions compared to Salah's 19. And Salah's had a shit season. What's Bukayo Saka? Stick with me here, people. Let's have a bit of fun here. Bukayo Saka, I know he's been out a couple of times, he's been injured, but in saying that, Salah was away for AFCON. All right. Bukayo Saka, 9 goals, 7 assists. More than all these wide forwards, he's better than. It's crazy. But look, again, I love doing videos like this. I hate doing videos where I'm critiquing the team, critiquing the squad, and we're falling off and we're playing shit. And I'm talking about Arne Slot going. I'm talking about Salah being dropped and Gakpo. I love doing videos like this where everyone, to a man, was like a 4 out of 5. Everyone was a 4 out of 5. I thought everyone played really, really well. And it was a pressurised game. If Liverpool lost that game, you thought the boos were bad after Spurs, they would have been calling for Slot's head. I think there could have been a good chance Slot walked if we lost that game. That's how much pressure was going into that game. And when you consider the amount of pressure and actually what we did to them, which was batter them, then you know how good a performance that was. Again, let's hope we continue it through to the end of the season. It's not going to be easy because, again, Liverpool, it's good and it's bad and it's good and it's bad. Next 3, Brighton at home in the league. That's Saturday. Obviously, again, it's a bit of a turnaround, quick turnaround. Then we do have a bit of a break, which is needed. This is really good. So after Saturday, the next game is FA Cup quarterfinals, which is the 4th of April. So it's a nice little break there. And who knows about Isak? Can Isak potentially get back? I don't know. It's going to be hard, but could he get back for the first leg of the Champions League tie against Paris Saint-Germain, which is the 8th of April? Worst case scenario, could we see a bit of Isak against Fulham on the 11th of April, and then we just let him loose on the 14th of April, where we are going to need him in that second leg against Paris Saint-Germain? Who knows? All right, guys, girls. Peace.